I have in my hands the next limited edition JDM Bento subscription box. This is the official December-January box. It's actually the last JDM Bento box ever to be done.
Oh my goodness.
So if you guys would like to see what is inside of this box, spoiler alert, we're going to dig through it, show you everything that's in here. If you're not a subscriber, this is a super dope box. So we are releasing leftover boxes today, and we're going to talk about the baits and how to use them. So hopefully there'll be some good info. So if you'd like to join along, let's go. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle.
Oh, what a stud.
Yeah. Look at that.
That was sick.
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. All right, guys, some breaking news. What's in this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful post-spawn fish.
Look at that.
Look at that gut on that. That's a nice fish.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined by my bestest buddy, Jeffrey the King. Jeff?
It's been a wild ride, man. We've been doing bentos for 2 years?
3 years.
3 years.
Yep,
and
so
this is
three
the last
3 years
one.
of the JDM Bento subscription. Now, before you get too sad, like all things, I'm always trying to find ways to, I don't know, maybe elevate them, change them up, keep them fresh, right? This has been such a fun project for me to do, and I'm super stoked to finally get to release this color of 110 and Pop Max to you guys. I will release later this month details on the new Bento program.
The Bento
so
2.0.
Bento 2.0 will be coming this year, so stay tuned. If you guys are a subscriber already, relax, I've got you. You will have first shot to join the new Bento program. If you're not a subscriber to our Bento, the time has come. You guys are going to be able to jump on and join if you want to. So, without further ado, this box. The final and last JDM Bento subscription box. If you guys aren't a subscriber, this is a $100 box. There's $100 worth of tackle in it. This one's closer to like $150 worth of tackle in it because A, it's the last one. I wanted to try to give something from every brand that's kind of really pitched in this year, and then we talk about a lot. Each box is anchored with a special run Megabass 110 and Pop Max that's only available in this box. So let's just start diving in. I'm just going to open it the way you guys are going to see it. So we're going to start right here with our friends at Bass Puzzle. So each box is going to have a Bass Puzzle Grass Piece Flex. This is the new Flex version. Your eyes got big there. Now, we haven't done a grass piece in a box yet, so it felt weird that we hadn't, so we needed to. So everybody's going to get a Grass Piece Flex. The Flex is the new version that has the flexible top arm. These only come in one size, so there's a variety of colors in here, so depending on which box you get, will depend on which color you get. But the Flex has this flexible wire here that allows the bait to do a couple things. The biggest thing that this does, I'm going to say better than the original, is this maintains depth. So I think of this more as almost like a spinnerbait, where I can really control the depth. I can keep it deeper. The original grass piece is great for shallow water. If you want to keep it high over vegetation, this is a great one for fishing rocky banks, for fishing out deeper weed edges, fishing that deeper water. It's got a brush guard on there too, so you can bring it along through brush piles. It's a super sick bait. We are also including a Deps Death Adder to match with that. So the Death Adder is one of my favorite trailers. I use it all the time on my chatterbait. Now, the Deps Sakamata shad has kind of been like the go-to trailer for this, and we've been talking about grass peas and Sakamata shads for so long that I feel like we've just forgotten to talk about the Death Adder, because it kind of goes hand in hand. If you have a grass piece, you put a Sakamata shad on it. But this is another great option, and the reason why I want to include this is because most of you have the Sakamatas by now, right? The Death Adder is a pretty firm plastic bait. Okay, so this is the 5-inch size, and this is the size I would recommend. It comes in all kinds of sizes. But you can see it's a pretty stiff plastic, and you just have this little kind of tail piece back there. The reason why I like this is when you add this to the bait, right, it basically, well, it does two things. As far as an action goes, it tightens it. Okay, so I think everybody knows by now that depending on what trail you put on the back of your chatterbait, it's going to alter the chatterbait. Some of them pull it up, some of it pull it down, some of them give them a wider movement. This gives it a tighter action, so it almost turns this into like a flat-sided type crankbait, right? So it's just a little bit tighter in the action. Now, most of the vibration is going to be here in the blade on this guy, but this just keeps it just really tight. But the other reason I like this is you can see that you have this pretty big gap back here. This is great if they're short striking your bait, because you can add a 1/0 or 2/0 trailer hook, and you could actually use a trailer hook on your chatterbait. If you had a paddle tail or something like a spunk shad or Sakamata shad, something that just, it's going to wrap too much on that trailer. The Death Adder allows you to add that trailer back there, so all those short strikers, now you're picking them up. So there you go. There's bait number 1 and 2, Grass Piece Flex, Deps Death Adder. All right, another brand that's been very kind to us with this bento has been Duo. So our friends at Duo just released a brand new 5-inch size of the BR fish. This is in our custom color that we do here at the shop called Game Over. We've done this with Raid and the Osakana slide. We've done it with Duo and the BR fish. This is an amazing bait for gliding, okay? So you guys have all been hearing about strolling with live scope, where basically the bait's gonna get to go left and right. With gliding, if you put this on a BR head that Duo makes, it has kind of a finned darter head, and you pop your rod up, then the bait actually gets to glide left and right, and you get big underwater movements with a soft plastic. The 5-inch is the newest size, so the original size was 3.3. Then there was a 4-inch, this is the 5-inch. The 5-inch gives you the widest glide radius. So now you've got a glide radius of about 2.5 to 3 feet. So you've really got some good movement there with the size. I think you guys will really dig that. So that is bait number 3, I guess, already. All right. Another brand that we all love here, kind of a smaller, nichier brand, but growing, Bottom Up. This is the Bottom Up Gimme. Okay, so this is in Louisa's signature color, Sugoi Sagi. Okay, so it's a custom color that we do here at the shop. The Gimme is basically like a 3.5-inch bluegill profile bait. It's kind of a zipper-esque type bluegill profile. So it collapses easy, it twists easy, so the hookup ratio is great when you go to swing. But like all things Bottom Up, it has a very unique kind of wedge tail back there that's designed to give just very subtle movements. So where a lot of brands incorporate big movements left and right, up and down, Bottom Up's kind of the opposite. Very subtle, natural looking movements. This is a great bait to fish on a free rig, jig trailer. You can stroll it. Lots of things you can do with this thing. One of our favorites here in the shop, in the Sugoi Sagi, is just a very nice, natural kind of bluegill bait fish type pattern. And we wanted to make sure that you guys got one of those. So custom color Sugoi Sagi in the Gimme and Bottom Up. That is also in the box. All right, Jeff, you and I had the opportunity to fish with this bait before it ever launched at Lake Ikihara. And Mihara, the creator of this, has become a friend and a fabulous fisherman, right? Very smart guy. And we've all kind of become fans of this bait for different reasons, okay? This is from Wazamono, brand new company made by Imakatsu. This is the Gill Soft 130. Okay, so depending on what box you get, there's a variety of different colors in here. This is one of my favorite baits, I think, that launched last year. And I say that because, you know, Jeff, you're a tinkerer. Most swim bait guys, I would say, are, right? You play with weight strips, you play with bills, you play with lips, lines. You're constantly tinkering to get different movements out of baits, right? We joke all the time how most traditional bass fishermen, they just want to take it out of a box and use it, right? And for some reason, everybody's kind of afraid to tinker. Well, this is one of those special baits where if you want to just take it out of the box and use it, you can. Okay, it's going to come as a slow floating, I'm just going to call it a floating. It's going to come as a floating soft bluegill. So you can take it out of the box, tie it right there as it comes out, throw it, swim it, just a straight retrieve. It's going to have just a nice natural kick to it right on the surface. You're basically going to have a bluegill wake bait style. You can pop it every once in a while. It'll kind of kick out and then float back up. If you want it to slow sink, you can add a nail weight down here. You really can't add too much weight to this thing. So you kind of need about 3 grams or so to really get it to kind of have a slow sink. But you can do 3 grams, 5 grams. What's the most you've put in it so far?
I think I was using one that Griff gave me that had like 9 grams in it.
Yeah.
Which was a lot. But
Yeah. So you can really go crazy with it, right? You can also use these side ties to either attach treble hooks and put it on the bottom and it will stay upright on the bottom. You can use the snap and snap it here, and then you have a sideways running bait, so it's either going to run to the right or it's going to run to the left. Jeff and I have been playing a lot with this tail, so as it comes, it's kind of this like nice, you know, very subtle wedge tail, or it just kind of barely moves and kicks, so it's very natural. But you could take like a hot knife and kind of shave it down and flatten it, and the flatter you get it, then the more it kind of kicks and has, you know, kind of a glide action, and it's a more exaggerated kind of S swim. Lots of cool things you can do. So coming into spring, it's a bait that many of you guys might have already picked up, but it's one that I think all of you guys should have in the arsenal. And if you have already picked it up, then use this one to tinker. Keep the one you've already got to be, you know, the safe one, and just tie it on and use it, and play with this one and see if you can experiment and try some new things. But that's the Gill Soft 130 from Wazamono. Okay, a couple more. Like I said, I stacked this thing. So a couple of jigs, okay? Of course, we have to include something OSP, because they've been a huge part of this box. So we went with a finesse tugger jig on this one. Okay, so we haven't done a tugger jig yet. We've done pretty much all the hard baits, but we've never done a tugger jig. So tugger is a tungsten finesse jig from OSP, designed to actually cast and fish. So where a lot of finesse jigs are more designed to, like, you know, hang in a tree and, you know, kind of fish horizontal and, you know, throw it over a branch and just pull it up and down a branch. This is designed to actually just cast around. Okay, so you know, put your favorite 2-inch or 3-inch trailer on it, or roll it just how it is without a trailer. It does have some long strands in there as well, but it's just a really nice finessey jig. I think you guys really dig. So that's the Tugger. From Raid, we're also doing an Egu Dama jig, so there's going to be a variety of sizes and colors depending on what you get. This is one of those horizontal jigs. Okay, so the line tie is almost, you know, recessed, so it's going to lift and drop horizontally. This is a great option for fishing over a branch like we just talked about, but you can also use this as kind of like a hair jig, you know, like a fly type pattern, because it has that kind of horizontal movement and swim. A little 2-inch trailer on it is fantastic, little crawl or a little bug trailer, and you're dialed, and that's from Raid. And then finally, before we get to the 110 and Pop Max, we wanted to include something Lucky Craft, so we're doing a Pointer 100 in everybody's box. Pointer 100 is the bait that I started with in Lucky Craft, so it's kind of a special bait for me. It was my first introduction to true, the world of Lucky Craft, right? I basically just got my ass whooped on it by a dude I was fishing with, and it completely kind of changed my life in the rabbit holes that I started diving down. The Pointer 100s a great all-around jerkbait. I would say the Pointer 100, the Edo Vision 110, those are kind of the two jerkbaits you kind of need to accomplish everything, right? We're going to do a variety of colors. We're going to try to do cool colors in everybody's box, something like pineapple shad, or you'll see. They're going to be cool colors, but everybody's going to get one of those as well. When I use a Pointer 100 over an Edo Vision 110, let's say you're launching and it's real windy, it's one of those days where it's windy, it's wavy, it's just real noisy outside. That's kind of the magical time for me with a Pointer 100. It's a little bit louder than a 110. It has a wider, more aggressive side-to-side movement. So any noisy days, Pointer 100, no brainer. The other time I use it is the complete opposite of that spectrum. If it is just glass calm, no wind, and the fish are kind of just suspended or they're a little bit deeper in relatively clear water, a Pointer 100 has one of the truest suspends out of the box of any jerkbait. So you could literally tie it out of the box, throw it on a 10 or 12 pound fluoro, get it out there, wind it down a couple feet, and start twitching, and you could give it a couple hard rips so that thing is, and then just pause. And you could wait 45, 50, 60 seconds if you have to, and it's gonna pretty much just stay right there. 4 foot down, 6 feet down, wherever it is. It's not a slow float, doesn't really sink. It pretty much just true suspends. So it's a special bait. Enjoy it. That's in every box. Which brings us to the star of the show, Jeff. Okay, now you haven't seen this color.
No, sir.
We've been saving this one for a little over a year. It wasn't intended to necessarily be like the final color of this box, but I'm glad it is, because it's one of the most disgusting colors, and I almost hate myself for making it a bento box color, because we're not going to see it again. But it's disgusting. So enjoy, my friends. PM PB in the 110 and the Pop Max. So this is a color that I borrowed from the ice slide.
Right.
And it needed to be in a jerkbait.
God dang.
It's just disgusting. So it's basically like a clear, transparent, morning dawn back. It's got a little transparent chartreusey, kind of real faded to a pearl. The red eyes, the little light purple lavender hit. I mean, it is just a super beautiful, natural combination of colors. Whether you're fishing largemouth, smallmouth, you're just a collector. It's a beautiful one to look at. Super, super sick. It's going to be one of the best fish catchers, I think, of the year that we've done. Let me open it up in the Pop Max too, so you guys can see it. Same color, of course. I love that they did the pink feather on it to just really set it off. So again, you get that super dope kind of pink morning dawn back. You get, again, another kind of subtle morning dawn hit on the belly. Just a beautiful color. So PM PB is the 110 and Pop Max color this month. Enjoy it. All right, and just like that, we are done here. So there is a look at everything in this month's box. Thank you guys for your patience. This is technically the December box, but with the holidays and we got a little bit behind in shipping, I just delayed it to early January. I figured everybody would be home, so nobody, missed a box or had it stolen or, rain or whatever. So enjoy it. If you guys have questions on anything in the box, of course, you can always hit me up, always reach me on Instagram, so I put my handle on there. You could drop a comment down below. We'll put links to all the products too, so if you want to explore any of them further, you certainly can. And again, guys, if you've been a subscriber, and a lot of you guys have been a subscriber from the very, very beginning, I love you guys. Thank you for your support, and thank you for letting me do this each month. It's really, really been fun. Jeff and I go over, every year to Japan early in the season, and basically I do my whole planning and buying for the following year built around this box, and it's been really fun to do it. I'm super stoked for 2.0 version. I think you guys will be super stoked as well. So again, stay tuned for that. But if you're not a subscriber and you want to pick up, any of these boxes. We do have the leftovers that are active, so that link is down below as well. You guys can scoop up any of those as well. So on behalf of myself and Jeff and everybody here at the Hookup Tackle guys, thank you for your business. Thank you for your support. Enjoy PMPB. Enjoy your bento. And we'll see you again soon. Peace.